I'm Ella Partridge, and I'm going to be talking about the wheat belt, population, and the major towns and cities. First, onto the wheat belt. So, this big long strip of green is all wheat. Wow, that's a lot of wheat. First, it starts off in Queensland, then down through to New South Wales, onto Victoria, and then up through to South Australia. There's also a little bit of wheat down here in Western Australia. Now onto the major towns and cities. So you may have noticed that all these major towns and cities are towards the east coast. This is because most of the water is around here, and it's not too dry, whereas it is very dry in the middle of Australia, like in Western Australia, the Northern Territory, and South Australia. It's very hot there. So here in Queensland, we have Townsville, Brisbane, and the Gold Coast. Brisbane has over 100,000 people in it. The Gold Coast has over 10,000 to 500,000, and Townsville is the same. Down in New South Wales, we have Sydney, which is over 100,000, Canberra, which is the capital city of Australia, and we have Newcastle and Gosford, which have 10,000 to 500,000 people in them. Down here in Tasmania, we've got Hobart, which has 10,000 to 500,000, and we've got Melbourne up here in Victoria. Here we've got Adelaide, which has over 100,000 people, and over here we've got Kalgoorlie, which has 10,000 to 100,000 people. We've got Perth down here, which is the capital of Western Australia, and which has over 100,000, and we've got Wanneroo and Kalgoorlie. Up here we've got Darwin, which has 10,000 to 500,000. We've got Darlibai, which has under 200 people. That's not a lot of people. And we've got Birdsville down here, which is the same, under 200. So, not many people live in the middle of Australia. This is because it's very dry and hot, and there's not that much water supplies, and we all need water to survive. So now onto the population. You may have noticed that it's not very heavily populated through here, just like I said before, and that it is along the east coast because there's a lot of water there. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Molly, and I'm going to be talking to you about the rivers, the sheep, the dairy cattle, and the beef cattle. First of all, I'm going to start off with the beef cattle, and they are mainly in Northern Territory, and they're mostly up the top, but they are in a small cluster near the rivers. But that does make sense because animals need water and food to survive. And since they are beef cattle, they're going to be fattened up, and then they're going to be shipped off to other places and get eaten. Also, in South Australia, there is one beef cattle, but not very much. There's another one near Lake Eyre, and it's smack bang in the middle of it. Again, animals need water. Lake Eyre goes quite a long way, but it stops as like a dam in the middle. It goes into Queensland and Northern Territory and South Australia. Over in Western Australia, there is some beef cattle up the top, and some rivers near the west side, near the coast. But near it is not beef cattle, it is sheep, and the sheep will get sheared and they will be sent off to other places. But while they're not being used, they do need a sustainable life source. And in New South Wales, quite busy, quite a big long river, the Murray-Darling River, running through quite a lot of the area. It even starts at Queensland and then runs through New South Wales and then runs through Victoria to end. There is mostly dairy cattle along the coast of Victoria and New South Wales. Again, their produce will be shipped off to other places. In New South Wales, there is quite a bit of sheep and beef cattle near the border, only a tiny bit away from the river. There is quite a bit of sheep in New South Wales and some dairy cattle and beef cattle down the bottom of Victoria. In Queensland, there is like a trail of beef cattle to follow, and sheep are not far from it. But that is only in the west side of Queensland, because along the coast is mostly cities and a lot of population. There is some dairy cattle near Brisbane, and with the rivers there is a lot of them, including the famous Brisbane River that runs through the heart of Brisbane. Up here we've got a river that's near Townsville and goes quite a way. And up in near Darwin there is the Daly River and Lake Argyle. That is enough from me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nicola, and today I am going to do timber, fruit, cotton, sugarcane, and vineyards. So, first off, I'll start with sugarcane. There is sugarcane farms along the coast of Queensland and go all the way down. They're there because there are lots of rivers and lakes, so they can grow off and be produced. Next, we have timber. There are timber farms around south of Perth, just in this little tip here. And there are some down in Hobart here. And then there are timber farms that go from south of Adelaide and they go to Victoria and they go all the way up along the coast to Queensland near the sugarcane farms, near all the rivers, so they can grow and timber can be sold to be used to build. Next, we have vineyards. There are vineyards south of Perth. I'm guessing there are some rivers there. And there are some vineyards north and south of Adelaide, just around here, near the wheat belt. So obviously there must be water around there so the vineyards can grow. And there are vineyards along the Murray-Darling River, so they can be produced. And so now onto cotton. There is cotton just west of the coast of Queensland, just in here. And then there is more cotton in New South Wales, near the wheat belt, next to the Murray-Darling River. And now onto fruit. There is fruit south of Perth and around lakes and rivers. And there are fruit around Adelaide, south of Adelaide. And there are also some southwest of Hobart, just down there. And there are also some around the bottom of Victoria here and north of Victoria. And there are also fruit farms near the sugarcane around the coast of Queensland next to all of those crop farms near the rivers so they can grow. Thank you.